Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to TOI Auto, and today, the Skoda Kylaq has been unveiled. In fact, surprisingly, the base variant prices were announced as well, and there is a lot of anticipation around this model, especially the design. And to talk about that, we've got the best person to discuss that. Meet Mr. Oliver Stefani. He is the head of design for Skoda. So, thank you so much for joining us on the show
Thank you
today.
for having me here.
Pleasure. And a lot has been spoken about the Kylaq, first SUV from Skoda in the sub 4 meter segment. So my first question is, I know the sub 4 meter segment is a thing unique to Indian market. So designing this car, what kind of challenge was it to put everything in 4 meter, but to make sure it looks good?
That's a very good question. I mean, this was not my first sub 4 meter project, yeah. So, what is really important is the proportions, yeah. Because to achieve a car under 4 meter is not so easy, especially when you build this up on a given platform, yeah. So when we first made the proportion model of this, we realized that the overhangs were not really nicely divided, yeah. So that's why, together with the engineers, we found another 30 millimeters from the front that we could chop off, yeah. And then we put this onto the back, and this was much better because we moved the cabin a bit over the wheels, more to the back, for much better proportion, shorter front overhang, longer rear overhang. I think this is one of the main issues on the sub 4 meter. And of course, there's a lot of cost pressure to work on these cars in this segment.
Yeah. And you just mentioned cost pressure now. Even when Peter was talking about it, and when earlier also he spoke about it, it was always going to be a very value for money focused product. So from a designer's perspective, how hard was it to make sure that each and every angle and everything is less expensive to produce? So how did you go around about that?
I mean, this is a challenge that we're quite used to do at Skoda, yeah? So we're good on this, you know. So when you look in the details, like in the headlights, taillights, and stuff like this, also on some of these more grain parts, we put an extra pattern that costs nothing, yeah. But just to give some kind of detail touch to this one, we're quite happy with this. But I think what really was good is that we had this strong design strategy, this modern solid, yeah. And this modern solid approach we also were developing for this car. It's the first, let's say, ICE car that also carries some of the elements from modern solid. And I think by doing this, we moved the car to a different level, very modern, yeah. And also looked very, very rich. When you look at the headlights, the day running light signature is quite nicely done, yeah. So we would put a lot of effort in these details to make the car look really gorgeous.
What was the inspiration for this design? Was there any specific inspiration for the Kylaq when your team started out?
Well, again, I will have to say we are at this point also we were starting with modern solid. So the design values that we want to incorporate also in these cars, like simplicity, yeah? Solid shape, simplicity, functionality, but practical as well, yeah? Honest design, authentic Skoda design. So this was the start line for this, yeah? We did not have any particular car that we're looking at, yeah? But of course we wanted also to relate this car to our family members, like the Kodiaq, the Kylaq, the Kamiq, and also the Kushaq, yeah? So there should be some family feeling. We always talk about the brand image and product identity, yeah? So product identity is that you can differentiate the cars from each other, and the brand identity is that they all belong to Skoda family, yeah? So this is something that drives us a lot when we work on these models, yeah?
And Oliver, you are no stranger to India or the cars in India, and I'm sure our viewers would want to hear from you. From a designer's perspective, is there anything, any unique challenge that you see from an Indian consumer's point of view? Is there something that European consumers or somewhere, some other markets, the consumers don't demand in terms of design, but Indians want it?
What I see is that in the last couple of years, you know, the demand for design has changed quite a lot, yeah? So all the cars that are here, they're really state of the art, they're very modern, really good cars, good looking cars, yeah, very well equipped cars, yeah, and with a lot of design input, yeah. And I think that the people really looking for this design approach. This is very important. So we have to be watching out, yeah, to keep up with this. Yeah.
And in terms of designing this car, how was the work split between Czech Republic and India? Like, was it done 50-50, or was majority of the work done here?
I would say in the design it's a little bit different. Yeah. So design always is done on the headquarters, yeah, at the moment. So we worked, let's say, almost 100% on our design in Mlada Boleslav. Yeah. But what I'm very happy and very proud of is that we try to send people, designers from Skoda, yeah, all different nations, to India, so to understand the market, to learn the market, to talk to the people, to go around in India, to see different places, not just Mumbai, yeah, or Delhi, something else as well, to understand a little bit the soul, to understand a little bit the traffic. Designers, they have very sensitive antennas, you know, and they can feel the vibe on these cars quite easily. Yeah? This is I think really important for us. Then we have Indian designers working with us in Mlada Boleslav. We have a lot of Indian employees we invited to see the cars, to give us some hint. Yeah? So we're trying really to be always in touch with India, yeah? Not doing this somewhere else for a different market, yeah, that we have never seen. Yeah? So this, for me, is the only chance to do a successful car. And the Kylaq shows this very good, that in the end the result is great and it will fit to India.
And Oliver, from a design perspective, as Skoda is also now, they've already have some EVs in the lineup. How different is it to design an EV compared to an ICE vehicle? And is it easier? Is it challenging? How different is it?
It's not so much different, yeah. So maybe there are some small challenges, but we like these challenges, yeah, because the challenges means that we have to be creative, yeah. We have to find new solutions. So I wouldn't say anything is not harder than the other one. I mean, when we do electric car, EV car, we have to focus a bit more of aerodynamics, yeah. But on the other hand, we do the same for the combustion engine because aerodynamics is always good, yeah. So you see the difference are not so big, but also we want to have some strong design identity. So also there you should see that this is electric car, this is combustion engine. But again, the product identity is just one part. In the end, they all should look like a Skoda, and this makes the car successful and the brand successful. Yeah.
And we spoke about Kylaq, something just for our viewers. For you personally, what is the best car design ever?
Ever?
Yeah.
Wow,
Your personal favorite.
That's the big question. I mean, there's so many nice cars, it's really hard to say what is the best. But, the best car is always the car that we just finished. Yeah? So in this time, it's the Kylaq.
And of all the cars that you've worked in, which would be the one that you're attached to most personally, or where you think you've done really a stellar job? Your team has done a great job.
That's a good question. Yeah? So I think what I'm really proud of and fond of is that how we introduced Modern Solid, the 7S, Vision 7S, and maybe remember this car 2 years ago. It was setting a lot of design icons, design stepstones for the upcoming models. And then also the Aeroc is a quite nice example, it came out quite nice. The Enyaq is very successful also in Europe as an EV car. So there are quite a lot, some cars like this I would mention in this one.
Brilliant. It was great talking to you, Oliver, and I'm sure that was a very insightful talk from Oliver. You know now a lot about the Kylaq's design. So stay tuned and do subscribe to the channel.